So this is our week 5 sheep dissection. So if we come down here, we have the different lobes. We're going to start out with our frontal lobe right here. We have our parietal lobe. On the side we have our temporal lobe, and in the very back we have the occipital lobe. So we're going to go ahead, and the brain has gyrus and sulci. I would describe them as mountains and valleys. So the gyrus, or the mountain, is going to be the higher projections as seen here, and then the sulcus are going to be the valleys, so the deep down incisions. We also have a longitudinal fissure, which is right here, that's going to separate the brain into 2 hemispheres. Right here on the side we have our lateral fissure coming right up here, and that's going to separate the temporal lobe and the parietal lobe. So then we're going to have the cerebellum, which is right here on the back. We're going to have the pons, which is here, and then our medulla oblongata. And then this projection right here is actually our spinal cord. So we're going to go ahead and turn this over. And we're going to have our olfactory bulbs, which are right here, which are much larger in a sheep. The next we're going to have the olfactory tract, which is here. Then we're going to have our optic nerve, which are these 2 crossing nerves right here. The middle is going to be the optic chiasm, which is going to be right there in the center. Next we're going to have the cerebral pungicle, which is here. And then we're going to have the hypophysis, which is your pituitary gland right there. Now we're going to go ahead and look at our different cranial nerves. Alright, so then we're going to have our 4 different nerves that we're going to look at besides the optic nerves we already saw. So we're going to have the oculomotor nerve, and that's going to be right here. Next we're going to have the trochlear, which is right over there. Then we're going to have the trigeminal, and that's going to be this guy right here. And then we're going to have the abducens, and that's going to be back here. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and go to our midbrain, which we're going to see if we separate these right here. So right there we're going to have the corpora quadrigemina. That's that section right there. In that section there is a superior and an inferior colliculi, and then right there in there is going to be your penile body. We're going to go ahead and look at the sagittal section of the brain, so we're going to go ahead and cut this open. Alright, so as we've opened this up right here, we can see many of the different parts of the sagittal section of your brain. So what we're going to have here is your corpus callosum, which is right over here. Then next we're going to have the fornix, which is this little piece right here. We are also going to have the pineal gland. And this right here is all going to be the midbrain. We're also going to go ahead and look. As you can see, we have the 4th ventricle. And then we have all these little pieces right here. And this is your cerebellum again. But this is going to be the arbor vituli. And it's going to look almost as if it is a tree projection. Alright, and then so that right there is going to conclude the dissection of our sheep brain.